Assalamu alaikum. Welcome once again to the Holy Qur'an 30 and 30 Daily Read. Today we will be reading Part 8. Part 8 begins with Surah 6, Ayat 111, and goes all the way through to Surah 7, Ayat 87. Beginning all things in prayer, please join me in prayer. Attention prayer. I seek refuge in Allah against the accursed Satan. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Recording. Thee do we serve, and thine aid do we seek. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor of those who go astray. Amen. Part 8. And even if we send down to them the angels and the dead speak to them, and we bring together all things before them, they would not believe unless Allah pleased. But most of them are ignorant. And thus did we make for every prophet an enemy, the devils from among the men and jinn, some of them inspiring others with gilded speech to deceive them. And if thy Lord please, they would not do it. So leave them alone with what they forge. And that the hearts of those who believe not in the hereafter may incline thereto, and that they may be pleased with it, and that they may earn what they are earning. Shall I then seek a judge other than Allah, when He it is who has sent down to you the book fully explained? And those whom we have given the book know that it is revealed by the Lord with truth. So be not thou of the disputers. And the word of thy Lord has been accomplished truly and justly. There is none who can change his words, and He is the hearer, the knower. And if thou obey most of those in the earth, they will lead thee astray from Allah's way. They follow naught but conjecture, and they only lie. Surely thy Lord, He knows best who goes astray from His way, and He knows best the guided ones. Eat then of that on which Allah's name has been mentioned, if you are believers in His messages. And what reason have you that you should not eat of that on which Allah's name is mentioned, when He has already made plain to you what He has forbidden to you, excepting that which you are compelled to? And surely many lead people astray by their own desires through ignorance. Surely thy Lord, He best knows the transgressors. And avoid open sins and secret ones. Surely they who earn sin will be rewarded for what they have earned. And eat not of that which, and eat not of that on which Allah's name has not been mentioned. And that is surely a transgression. And certainly the devils inspire their friends to contend with you. And if you obey them, you will surely be polytheists. Is He who was dead, then we raised Him to life and made for Him a light, by which He walks among the people, like Him whose likeness is that of one in darkness, whence he cannot come forth. Thus their doings are made fair seeming to the disbelievers. And thus have we made in every town the leaders of its guilty ones, that they may make plans therein. They plan not but against themselves, and they perceive not. And when a message comes to them, they say, we will not believe till we are given the like of that which Allah's messenger are given. Allah best knows where to place his message. Humiliation from Allah and severe chastisement will surely befall the guilty for their planning. So whomsoever Allah intends to guide, he expands his breast for Islam. And whomsoever he intends to leave in error, he makes his breast straight and narrow as though he were ascending upwards. Thus does Allah lay uncleanness on those who believe not. And this is the path of thy Lord, a straight path. Indeed, we have made the messages clear for a people who mind. Theirs is the abode of peace with their Lord, and he is their friend because of what they do. And on the day when we will gather them all together, O assembly of jinn, you took away a great part of men, and their friends from among men will say, Our Lord, some of us profited by others, and we have reached our appointed term, which thou didst appoint for us. He will say, The fire is your abode, you shall abide therein. Except as Allah please, surely thy Lord is wise, known. And thus do we make some of the iniquitous to befriend others on account of what they earn. O community of jinn and men, did they not come to you messengers from among you, relating to you my messengers, and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They will say, We bear witness against ourselves. This world's life deceived them, and they will bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. This is because thy Lord would not destroy towns unjustly while their people were neglected. And for all are degrees according to their doings. And thy Lord is not heedless of what they do. And thy Lord is the self-sufficient one, the Lord of mercy. If he please, he may remove you and make whom he pleases successors after you, even as he raised you up from the seed of other people. Surely that which you are promised will come to pass, and you cannot escape it. Say, O my people, act accordingly in your ability. I too am acting, so you will soon come to know for whom is the good end of the abode. Surely the wrongdoers will not succeed. And they set apart a portion for Allah out of what he has created of tilth and cattle, and say, This is for Allah, so they assert, and this for our associate gods. Then that which is for their associate gods reaches not Allah, and that which is for Allah reaches their associate gods. Evil is what they judge. And thus their associate gods have made fair seeming to many polytheists the killing of their children, that they may cause them to perish and obscure of them their religion. And if Allah had pleased, they would not have done it, so leave them alone with that which they forward. And they say, such and such, cattle and crops are prohibited. None should eat them except such as we please. So they assert. And cattle whose backs are forbidden, and cattle on which they would not mention Allah's name, forging a lie against him, he will requite them for what they forged. And they say, that which is in the wombs of such and such cattle is reserved for our males, and forbidden to our wives. And if it is stillborn, they are partners in it. He will reward them for their false attribution. Surely he is wise, knowing. They are losers indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge, and forbid that which Allah has provided for them, forging a lie against Allah. They indeed go astray and are not guided. And he it is who produces gardens, trellised and untrellised, and palms, and seed produce, of which the fruits, and of various sorts, and olives, and pomegranates, like and unlike, eat of its fruit, with when it bears fruit, and pay the due of it on the day of its reaping. And be not prodigal, surely he loves not the prodigals. And of the cattle he has created, some for burden and some for slaughter. Eat of that which Allah has given you, and follow not the footsteps of the devil. Surely he is your open enemy. 8 in pairs, of the sheeps 2, and of the goats 2. Say, has he forbidden the 2 males, or the 2 females, or that which the wombs of the 2 females contain? Inform me with knowledge, if you are truthful. And of the camels 2, and of the cows 2. Say, has he forbidden the 2 males, or the 2 females, or that which the wombs of the 2 females contain? Or were you witnesses when Allah enjoined you this? Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah, to lead men astray without knowledge? Surely Allah guides not the iniquitous people. Say, I find not in that which is revealed to me aught forbidden for an eater to eat thereof, except that it be what dies of itself, or blood poured forth, or flesh of swine. For that surely is unclean. Or what is transgression? Or then the name of Allah having been invoked on it. But whoever is driven to necessity, not desiring nor exceeding the limit, then surely thy Lord is forgiving, merciful. And to those who are Jews, we forbid every animal having claws, and of oxen and sheep we forbid them the fat thereof, except such as was their backs, or the entrails, or what was mixed with bones. This was a punishment we gave them on account of their rebellion, and we are surely truthful. But if they give thee the lie, then say, your Lord is the Lord of all encompassing mercy, and his punishment cannot be averted from the guilty people. Those who are polytheists say, if Allah pleased, he would not have set up aught with him, nor our fathers, nor would we have made anything unlawful. Thus did those before them reject the truth, until they tasted our punishment. Say, have you any knowledge? so you would bring it forth to us? You only follow a conjecture, and you only tell lies. Say, when Allah is the conclusive argument. So, if He had pleased, He would have guided you all. Say, bring your witnesses who bear witness that Allah forbade this. And if they bear witness, then do not thou bear witness with them. And follow not the low desires of those who reject our messages, and those who believe not in the hereafter, and they make others equal with their Lord. Say, come, I will recite what your Lord has forbidden to you. Associate not with him, and do good to parents, and slay not your children for fear of poverty. We provide for you and for them, and draw not nigh to indecencies, open or secret, and kill not the soul which Allah has made sacred, except in the course of justice. This He enjoins upon you, that you may understand. And approach not the property of the orphan except in the best manner, until he attains his maturity. And give full measure and weight with equity. So impose not on any soul a duty except to the extent of its ability. And when you speak, be just, though it be against a relative, and fulfill Allah's covenant. This He enjoins on you, that you may be mindful. And know that this is my path, the right one, so follow it, and follow not others' ways, for they will lead you away from His way. This He enjoins on you, that you may keep your duty. Again, we gave the book to Moses to complete our blessings on him who would do good, and making plain all things, and a guidance and a mercy, so that they might believe in the meeting with their Lord. And this is a book which we have revealed, full of blessings. So follow it and keep your duty, that mercy may be shown to you. Lest you should say that the book was revealed only to two parties before us, and we were truly unaware of what they read. Or lest we should say, if the book had been revealed to us, we would have been better guided than they. So indeed, there has come to you clear proof from your Lord, and guidance and mercy. Who is then more unjust than who rejects Allah's messages and turns away from them? We reward those who turn away from our messages with an evil chastisement, because they turned away. They wait not but that the angels should come to them, or that the Lord should come, or that some of the signs of the Lord should come. On the day when some of the signs of the Lord come, his faith will not profit a soul which believed not before, nor earned good through its faith. Say, wait, we too are waiting. As for those who split up their religion and became sects, those has no concern with them. Their affair is only with Allah, then He will inform them of what they did. Whoever brings a good deed will have tenfold like it, and whoever brings an evil deed, we will recompense only with the like of it, and they shall not be wronged. Say, as for me, my Lord has guided me to the right path, a path, a right path. Let me read that again. Say, as for me, my Lord has guided me to the right path, a right religion, the faith of Abraham, the upright one, and he was not of the polytheists. Say, my prayer and my sacrifice, and my life and my death are surely for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate has he, and this I am commanded, and I am the first of those who submit. Say, shall I seek a Lord other than Allah, while he is the Lord of all things? And no soul earns evil but against itself, nor does a bearer of burden bear another's burden. Then to your Lord is your return. So he will inform you of that in which you differ. And he it is who has made you successors in the land, and exalted some of you in rank above others, that he may try you by what he has given you. Surely thy Lord is quick in requiting evil, and he is surely the forgiving, the merciful. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the best knower, the truthful. A book revealed to thee, so let there be no straitness in thy breast concerning it, that thou mayest warn thereby, and a reminder to the believers. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and follow not besides him any guardians. Little do you mind. And how many a town have we destroyed? So our punishment came to it by night, or while they slept at midday. Yet they cried when our punishment came to them, with nothing but that they said, surely we were wrongdoers. Then certainly we shall question those whom messengers were sent, and we shall question the messengers. Then surely we shall relate to them with knowledge, and we are never absent. And the judging on that day will be just. So as for those whose good deeds are heavy, they are the successful. And as for those whose good deeds are light, those are they who ruin their souls because they disbelieved in our messages. And certainly we established you in the earth and made therein means of livelihood for you. Little it is that you give thanks. And we indeed created you, then we fashioned you. Then we said to the angels, make submission to Adam. So they submitted, except Iblis. He was not of those who submitted. He said, what hindered thee that thou did not submit when I commanded thee? He said, I am better than he. Thou hast created me of fire, while him thou created him of dust. He said, then go forth from this state, for it is not for thee to behave proudly therein. Go forth, therefore, surely thou art of the abject ones. He said, respite me till the day when they are raised. He said, thou art surely of the respited ones. He said, as thou hast adjudged me to be erring, I will certainly lie in wait for them in thy straight path. Then I shall certainly come upon them from before them, and from behind them, and from their right, and from their left, and thou wilt not find most of them thankful. He said, Get out of it, despised, driven away. Whoever of them will follow thee, I will certainly fill hell with you all. And we said, O Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden, so eat from whence you desire, but go not near this tree, lest you become of the unjust. But the devil made an evil suggestion to them, that he might make manifest to them that which had been hidden from them of their shame. And he said, Your Lord has forbidden you this tree, lest you become angels, or become of the immortals. And he swore to them both, Surely I am sincere adviser to you. Thus he caused them to fall by deceit. So when they had tasted of the tree, their shame became manifest to them. And they both began to cover themselves with the leaves of the garden. And their Lord called to them, Did I not forbid you that tree, and say to you that the devil is surely your open enemy? They said, Our Lord, we have wronged ourselves, and if thou forgive us not, and have not mercy on us, we shall certainly be of the losers. He said, Go forth, some of you, the enemies of others. And there is for you in the earth an abode and a provision for a time. He said, Therein shall you live, and therein shall you die, and therefrom shall you be raised. O children of Adam, we have indeed sent down to you clothing to cover your shame, and clothing for beauty, and clothing that guards against evil. That is the best. This is the messages of Allah, that they may be mindful. O children of Adam, let not the devil seduce you, as he expelled your parents from the garden, pulling off from them their clothing, that he might show them their shame. He surely sees you, he as well as his hosts, from whence you see them not. Surely we have made the devils to be the friends of those who believe not. And when they committed an indecency, they said, We found our fathers doing this, and Allah has enjoined it on us. Say, surely Allah enjoins not indecency. Do you say of Allah what you know not? Say, My Lord enjoins justice, and set upright your faces at every time of prayer, and call on him, being sincere to him in obedience. As he brought you into being, so shall you return. A party has he guided, and another party perdition is justly their due. Surely they took the devil for friends instead of Allah, and they think that they are rightly guided. O children of Adam, attend to your adornment at every time of prayer, and eat and drink, and be not prodigal. Surely he loves not the prodigal. Say, who has forbidden the adornment of Allah, which he has brought forth from his servants, and the good provisions? Say, These are for the believers in the life of this world, purely theirs on the resurrection day. Thus do we make the messages clear for a people who know. Say, my Lord forbids only indecencies, such of those as are apparent, and such as are concealed, and sin and injustice, rebellion, and that you associate with Allah that for which He has sent down no authority, and that you say of Allah what you know not. And every nation has a term, so when its term comes, you cannot remain behind the least while, nor can they precede it. O children of Adam, if messengers come to you from among you relating to you my messages, then whosoever guards against evil and acts right, they shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. And those who reject our messages and turn away from them haughtily, these are the companions of the fire. They shall abide in it. Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah or rejects his messages? These, their portion of the book, shall reach them, until when our messengers come to them, causing them to die. They say, where is that which you used to call upon besides Allah? They would say, they are gone away from us, and they shall bear witness against themselves that they were disbelievers. He will say, enter into the fire among the nations that have passed away before you from among the jinn and men. Every time a nation enters, it curses its sister, until when they all follow one another into it. The last of them will say, with regard to the first of them, our Lord, this led us astray. Our Lord, these led us astray. So give them a double chastisement of the fire. He will say, each one has double, but you know not. And the first of them will say to the last of them, you have no preference over us, so taste the chastisement for what you earned. Those who reject our messages and turn away from them haughtily, the doors of heaven will not be opened for them, nor will they enter the gardens until the camel pass through the eye of the needle. And thus do we reward the guilty. They shall have a bed in hell, and over them coverings of it. And thus do we requite the wrongdoers. And as for those who believe and do good, we impose not on any soul a duty beyond its scope. They are the owners of the garden, therein they abide. And we shall remove whatever of ill feelings is in their hearts. Rivers flow beneath them. And they say, all praise is due to Allah, who guided us to this. And we would not have found the way if Allah had not guided us. Certainly, the messengers of our Lord brought the truth, and it we be cried out to them. This is the garden which you are made to inherit for what you did. And the owners of the garden call out to the companions of the fire, "We have found that which our Lord promised us to be true." Have you too found that which your Lord promised to be true? They will say, "Yes." Then a crier will cry out among them, "The curse of Allah is on the wrongdoers, who hindered men from Allah's way and seek to make it crooked, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter." And between them is a veil, and on the elevated places are men who know all by their marks. And they call out to the owners of the garden, "Peace be to you." They have not yet entered in, though they hope. And when their eyes are turned toward the companions of the fire, they say, "Our Lord placed us not with the unjust people." And the owners of the elevated places call out to the men whom they recognize by their marks, saying, "Of no avail were to you the amassings and your arrogance. And these they about whom you swore that Allah would not bestow mercy on them into the garden. You have no fear, nor shall you grieve." And the companions of the fire call out to the owners of the garden, "Pour on us some water, or some of which Allah has provided for you." They say, "Surely Allah has forbidden them both to the disbelievers, who take their religion for an idle sport and play, and this world's life deceives them. So this day we shall forsake them, as they neglected the meeting of this day of theirs, and as they denied our messages. And certainly we have brought them a book, which we made clear with knowledge, a guidance, and a mercy for a people who believe. Do they wait for aught but its final sequel? On the day when its final sequel comes, those who neglected it before will say, "Indeed, the messengers of our Lord brought the truth. Are there any intercessors on our behalf so that they should intercede for us? Or could we be sent back so that we should do deeds other than those which we did? Indeed, they have lost their souls, and that which they forged has failed them. Surely the Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 periods, and He is established on the throne of power. He makes night cover the day, which it pursues incessantly. And He created the sun and the moon and the stars, made subservient by His command. Surely His is the creation and the command. Blessed is Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Call on your Lord humbly and in secret. Surely He loves not the transgressors. And make not mischief in the earth after its reformation, and call on Him fearing and hoping. Surely the mercy of Allah is nigh to the doers of good. And He it is who sends forth the winds, bearing good news before His mercy, till when they bear a laden cloud. We drive it to a dead land, when we send down water on it, then bring forth thereby fruits of all kinds. Thus do we bring forth the dead, that they may be mindful. And the good land, its vegetation comes from abundantly by the permission of its Lord. and that which is inferior, the herbage, comes forth but scantily. Thus do we repeat the messages for a people who give thanks. Certainly we sent Noah to his people. So he said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Indeed, I fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day. The chiefs of our people said, Surely we see thee in clear error. He said, O my people, there is no error in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I offer you good advice, and I know from Allah what you know not. Do you wonder that a reminder has come to you from your Lord through a man from among you, that he may warn you, and that you may guard against evil, and that mercy may be shown to you? But they called him a liar. So we delivered him and those with him in the ark, and we drowned those who rejected our messages. Surely they were a blind people. So to Ad, we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Will you not then guard against evil? The chiefs of those who disbelieve from among the people said, Certainly we see thee in folly, and we certainly think there to be of the liars. He said, O my people, there is no folly in me, but I am a messenger of the Lord of the worlds. I deliver to you the messages of my Lord, and I am a faithful advisor to you. Do you wonder that a reminder has come to you from your Lord through a man from among you, that he may warn you? And remember when he made you successors after Noah's people and increased you in excellence of mark. So remember the bounties of Allah, that you may be successful. They said, Hast thou come to us that we may serve Allah alone and give up that which our fathers used to serve? Then bring to us what thou threatened us with, if thou art of the truth. He said, Indeed, uncleanliness and wrath from your Lord have lightened upon you. Do you dispute with me about names which you and your fathers have named? Allah has not sent any authority for them. Wait then, I too with you am of those who wait. So we delivered him and those with him by mercy from us, and we cut off the roots of those who rejected our messages and were not believers. And to Thamud we sent their brother Selah. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Clear proof has indeed come to you from your Lord. This is Allah's she-camel, a sign for you. So leave her alone to pasture in Allah's earth, and do her no harm, lest painful chastisement overtake you. And remember when he said, remember when he made you successors after Ad and settled you in the land. You make mansions on its plains and hewed out houses in the mountains. So remember Allah's bounties and act not corruptly in the land, making mischief. The arrogant chiefs of his people said to those who were weak, to those who believed from among them, Do you know that Selah is one sent by his Lord? They said, surely we are believers in that wherein he has been sent. Those who were haughty said, surely we are disbelievers in that which you believe. Then they hamstrung the she-camel and revolted against their Lord's commandment and said, O Selah, bring us that with which thou threatened us, if thou art of the messengers. So the earthquake seized them, and they were motionless bodies in their abode. So he turned away from them and said, O my people, I delivered to you the message of my Lord, and gave you good advice, but you love not good advisers. And we sent Lot when he said to his people, do you commit an abomination which no one in the world did before you? Surely you come to males with lust instead of females? Nay, you are a people exceeding the bounds. And the answer of his people was no other than that they said, turn them out of your town. Surely they are a people who aspire to purity. So we delivered him and his followers, except his wife. She was of those who remained behind. And we rained upon them a rain. See then what was the end of the guilty. And to Midian we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Clear proof indeed has come to you from your Lord. So give full measure and weight, and diminish not to men their things, and make not mischief in the land after its reform. This is better for you if you are believers. And lie not in wait on every road, threatening and turning away from Allah's way. Him who believes in him and seeking to make it crooked. And remember when you were few, then a multitude, then he multiplied you, and see what was the end of the mischief makers. And if there is a party of you who believe in that wherein I am sent, and another party who believe not, then wait patiently till Allah judges between us, and he is the best of judges. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Surely Allah's word speaks the truth. We have completed the read of part 8. May Allah continue to bless us. We will close out in prayer. Attention, prayer. Our Lord, punish us not if we forget or make a mistake. Our Lord, do not lay on us a burden as thou didst lay on those before us. Our Lord, impose not on us afflictions which we have not the strength to bear. And pardon us and grant us protection, and have mercy on us. Thou art our patron. So grant us victory over the disbelieving people. O Allah, you are the most forgiving, and you love forgiveness. So forgive us. Ameen. Inshallah, on tomorrow we will be reading part 9. Part 9 begins with Surah 7, Ayat 88, and goes all the way through to Surah 8, Ayat 40. Again, inshallah, tomorrow we will be reading part 9, which begins with Surah 7, Ayat 88, and goes all the way through to Surah 8, Ayat 40. May Allah continue to bless each and every one of us. Assalamu alaikum.